Support for WMNF comes from listeners like you and Sunshine Music and Art Festivals. Presenting Sunshine Get Down Music and Art Festival, featuring Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, Andy Frasco, Big Something, Grateful Shred, Lamp, and more. Happening at the Florida Sand Ranch in Brooksville, April 10th through the 12th. More information at sunshinemusicfests.com.
Support for WMNF comes from listeners like you and the Ruth Eckerd Hall, with UB40 making the return to the Bay Care Sound with special guest The Fix on Thursday, August 21st. More information at thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
Welcome to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. I'm your host, Ken Apperson, and we are here in studio with Chris Stills. How you doing, Chris?
I'm very good. Very good. Thanks.
Now, you might recognize Chris from an interview that was done on this station earlier this week by the legendary Marcy Finkelstein. Thanks so much, Marcy, for featuring him on your show. And now we get to have you on our show.
I love it.
And performing here in studio ahead of your show at Shamsi tonight in Safety Harbor.
That's right.
I'll be posting a link for tickets to that show in the live stream, which is already happening right now on Facebook and on YouTube. If you want to take a look at the live stream, want to see what Chris looks like, want to see what our studio looks like, looks fantastic today, thanks to the efforts of our tireless video team. You can go to Facebook or YouTube. On Facebook, search WMNF's Live Music Showcase, and on YouTube, WMNF Community Radio. So the way this show works is if you've never heard us before, we have a little bit of music. We chat a little bit in between songs, but honestly, we're big music heads. I'm a big music nerd. I'm here for the music as well. Do you mind if we dive right into a song?
Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. Here, let's do. We'll do this. We'll just dive into a French song.
Yeah, it's set it up too.
Okay. Right. Set up. All right. Yes. This is in tune, and so this song is called Les mots roses, and it means the pink words. Pink words are they are in the chorus. Les mots roses sont des mots sad, but he's really not talking about sad words, which it is a play on words. There's a lot of play on words. Any French Americans out there, or Frenchies, you will understand. And so he's talking about the Marquis de Sade, because this is a bit of a sadomasochistic thing to this song, because it's French, and the French are so brilliantly, beautifully vulgar, and the most beautifully vulgar people when they want to be, and when they choose to be. And certainly these pink words are words that, when they are said, they sting and ow. And then so those who say them wrong will be cursed.
Okay.
Les mots roses sont des mots maudits, et quand on les dit, ça pique, non, les mots roses sont des mots sad, et quand on les dit, ça pique et aille. Les mots roses sont des mots dits. So it's like it's a play, it's like you're saying these are said words, but at the same time, maudit means cursed. And then cursed are the ones who say them wrong. So maudit soit qui mal les dit.
So in other words, make sure your pronunciation
Make sure you studied in French.
Take it away.
Anyway, let's go. Let's see. Les mots roses que tu me dis me rendent mauve et un peu gris. Triste, sans savoir pourquoi. En un mot, etc. Les mots roses sont des mots de ça. Quand elle les dit, ça pique et aille. Les mots roses sont des maudits. Maudit soit qui mal les dit. Les mots roses sont des mots cœur qui se de nos douleurs. Les mots roses sont démodés, à peine lancés, déjà fadés, 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 fadés. Les mots roses sont des mots simples, quand elle les dit, ça pique et aïe. Les mots roses sont des maudits, maudit soit qui m'a les dit. Maudit soit qui m'a les dit. Maudit soit qui m'a les dit. Les mots roses sont des mots sales, quand elle les dit, ça pique et aïe. Les mots roses sont des maudits, maudit soit qui m'a les dit.
Chris Stills here on Live Music Showcase. So, I think it's safe to say, tu parles français?
Bah ouais.
Bah ouais.
Bah ouais.
Je parle français on peut.
Mais c'est bien, c'est bien. Je parlais aussi un peu comme ça au début. And if I was a French American growing up in America, and I started speaking English, it would have sounded like this in the beginning, because the accent and because when I was a kid, nobody speak French around me. It was silly language.
Well, that's what I was curious about. I have a million questions, and I know we aren't going to get to all of them. But I think your background is so interesting. Obviously, you have famous parents, and that's great. That's cool. For those who don't know, Chris Stills is the son of Stephen Stills of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. And your mother is extremely famous in France as well. Say her name again for me, please. Only because I don't have the pronunciation skills that you have.
No, that's cool, man. Véronique Sanson.
Sanson, yes.
Sanson, yeah.
That's what I was...
She's like Cher meets Joni Mitchell, in France. She's adored. If you were take any cab ride in France and you say, "Do you know Véronique Sanson?" and they were like, "Oh yes, Véronique. Oh, my youth, my teenage years, my life with Véronique." They love her.
I'm going to play that card if I'm ever over there sometime.
So please do.
But my question is, did you learn English first or did you learn French first in the household?
So English.
So English?
So not even English. I learned American.
America.
No. I learned English, and what I was trying to say in a very stupid, silly way, because I haven't had enough coffee yet. But
that's okay. That's all right.
It's no. My mom always spoke French to me, and I'm a believer that the mothers play such a special role in children's lives. There's a connection that is kind of I would say deeper than with the father, and I say that as a father of two daughters. And but so my mom always spoke French to me, but I refused to speak French back. Because I was in America. I was born in Boulder, and then I was raised, and then we moved quickly to Los Angeles. And yes, I went to visit Paris, but not long enough to do anything about it. But then but she spoke French to me, and like nobody in the world was speaking French around me. So I was like, this isn't a thing. Like, and as a kid, it's like seeing your teacher outside of school when you're a child. You're like, what are you doing in this restaurant? You're supposed to be like,
you don't belong here.
You're sleeping at school, right? That's like where you live. Anyway, same thing. But then I went to France and I found myself up in Normandy in a camp, and all the kids were making fun of me. And so I basically spoke fluent French from one day to the next in a horrible accent. But my mother was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Je vais aller jouer avec les enfants," and my mom was like, had to do everything in her to not go, "Oh my God, you're speaking French," and she was like, "Okay, fine, oui, chérie, à tout à l'heure,"
Tout à l'heure.
And she was like, "Oh my God," and that was it. That was my French, and my accent got better over the years.
Sure, and as it does. And so, do you feel, anytime you speak French now, do you think of your mother? Do you have that? Do you feel a connection to her in those moments? Or is it just kind of like flipping a switch?
There's a bit of a switch. There's a, when I go over there long enough, I actually dream in French.
Yeah.
And that starts then you wake up and you're like, I got to go back to America. No, just kidding. No, it's really cool. It just, it's a thing. You learn another, I don't know, I'm not want to say that I have personality disorder, but my wife says that when you speak in French, you speak like this. Apparently my voice drops, but it ain't, so I'm going to try and talk like this now. But
keep your
I love it. I do
out.
think of her. I think of my grandparents. I have a culture over there. The French way. The French are awesome. The French, the culture,
food.
the food, but just they know how to live. And there's just there's a thing about the French, and I'm just, as far as getting thrown into this, plane of existence and the universe, like zapping me into my mom's belly, however that works, it's just like, I'm so grateful for that side of my life. My grandparents, my grandmother was so close to me. She raised me for a few years because my parents were on the road, and then she was a very stabilizing force in my life because there was a lot of chaos for a while. But
sure.
and so she taught me. My grandparents taught me how to dine just in case. This is like the French mentality, but this was my grandparents. Just in case you get invited to Buckingham Palace by the king and the queen or the princess, you'll know exactly what to do. And this is what like French parents tell their kids when they're teaching them manners.
Wow.
And they're like, and I don't know, for some reason I believe them. I wasn't an irreverent child.
That's what you do when you're a child. You believe your parents.
I was not irreverent. I did silly, stupid things, but I was not irreverent, and I loved it. I loved the stability. And she was the one who woke me up every day before school. And, I was like, you're here again. What is this constance, this regularity, this, what is it, repetition, the things that, a growing boy needs to feel confident about himself. And I got it from them. So I love it. I love France.
That's great. I love that. I've never been. I hear it's lovely.
Oh, man. Get your passport and go now.
Oh, that's a good plan.
It's awesome.
Especially since Notre Dame reopened.
And Notre Dame is one of the many things you could see in France.
I like that you've adopted some of the physical mannerisms too.
Oh, you can't not. I mean,
they speak with their whole body, just like Italians.
They do,
although in a different way.
Yeah, they're characters. They're of all walks of life, but they're a lot of beautiful things, beautiful people, beautiful art, such culture. Culture is interwoven into their fabric of society. The way they teach their kids in school is different. Cursive is a mandatory thing. Yeah. All children in France learn cursive. So my stepson, John, he's 9. He goes to a French school, and so he learned cursive, and his cursive is beautiful. It's amazing.
If you're going to curse in French, you have to learn cursive, because cursing in French is like speaking in cursive. That's something my girlfriend, fiance, baby mama,
nice.
who speaks French. That's what she always says too.
Nice.
It's like cursing in French is like speaking in cursive. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the music.
Okay.
I've been listening to your music a lot, especially lately, and I have opinions about it. I think the listeners will have some of them as well.
Okay.
And I'd love to dive into them, but first let's hear another song. Can we dive into another song?
Yeah. All right, here. Why don't we do this, since we're here and probably people are getting to know me? I'm going to play a bit. This is the first song I ever wrote.
Yeah. Gotta love a first. Gotta love a first in any context.
So this song I wrote, I don't know, I was like 14 maybe.
Great.
But my mom and dad have been were there, and so I was in a high school band already. I'd fallen into the cauldron and drank the Kool-Aid of everything, and I was like, and I wrote this song, and my parents were both there, and they just put their hands in their faces, and she's like, "Oh no, are you serious?" Because anyway, I mean, look, I saw the magic. I literally like. A lot of nights on the road, I watched it. I studied it because I was transfixed, just like everybody in the audience who loves that kind of music and music in general. I think I just had a very good seat, and probably I would, on certain occasions I would have probably preferred to be one of the spectators and gone home after the show and not home with them, because shit got really weird sometimes. But sorry,
that's all right. Charlie, dump. All right, there we go.
So anyway, I would have preferred to go home with them because stuff got a little crazy. But anyway, whatever. They were there. I digress. I need to stop talking. Here we go. This is called "If I Was a Mountain." If I was a mountain, or if I were on a tree, would I be running from the future that I see? Would I be crying, baby, from the horror that lay before me? You've got to keep on running. You've got to keep on loving. You've got to sing the blues. I look in the mirror and I wonder who I see. I see a person who tries to be all he can be. And for this person, there is no tomorrow, and this person singing the blues. Deep in my heart, down in my soul, I can feel the pain as it slowly grows. But I can shine the light, I can blow away the pain, and that evil face I will never see again. You've got to keep on fighting. You've got to live like the lightning. You've got to sing the blues, yeah. I remember the future through my childhood eyes. People were smiling and banished from all tempting lies. And I catch myself wishing that I was a child again. So come on, honey, help me make them understand. You've got to see the blues. Ooh, yeah. Gonna have some bad times. Gotta keep on singing the blues. You've got to compromise the death from the lies. You've got to keep on singing the blues. You've got to realize the death from the lies. You've got to keep on singing the blues. You've got to realize. You've got to open your eyes. You've got to keep on singing the blues.
Chris Stills here on Live Music Showcase. Killer. Tasty licks all around. Very, very American, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there, you know. Considering your upbringing, your background, and everything, if I'm, you know, from a cursory glance, obviously. But I think it's so interesting listening to your discography and listening to how your sound has kind of evolved over the years. You know, hearing some of the 2018 release, the album that you had out. It was there was a lot of strings, and by strings I don't necessarily mean like mandolins or you know, like bluegrassy stuff. I mean like symphony.
Oh yeah, there was some Paul Buckmaster stuff. That was my buddy Oliver Krause. He's a brilliant. He has a safe word too with his family, by the way. Anyway, I will not share it. But he's great. He did the strings on that, and he's a one-man guy. If you need great strings, Ollie Krause, and he's a great Brit. Met him on anyway. Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool to listen for any artist. Really, it's always cool to listen to that evolution. If you're looking for there you go. So hearing a lot of like strings, and not just strings, but like you hear like the standard kind of symphonic, almost kind of 70s. Not Motown, because Motown's pre-70s, but the 70s thing where they would include, you know, strings and pop music and things like that. It has that quality. I love that too. I thought it was great. It's brilliant. It's a way to civilize the masses, so to speak.
They say like good things are borrowed, great things are stolen. You know, that's pretty much.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the more recent album, the 2023 release that you put out, and it's a little more guitar heavy. It's a little, in my experience, in my opinion at least, a little more guitar heavy, and you know, the harmonies are obviously ringing throughout everything. But I guess the question that I have is, and I think this is there's two sides of this coin here, but is that evolution for you an intentional thing when you go into a new project, as in like you have your theme, or you have your basic kind of bones of your most recent project, and you come into the next one and you're not rinse and repeat. You seem like you have a good idea of like you want to create something new. So is the evolution of your sound intentional, or does it happen more organically for you?
I mean, I think there's always, I mean, I think I'm just going for honesty. Yeah, really. I'm a player, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, songs they come and they, you know, I'm telling a story. I'm telling mostly my story, you know. And sometimes I write about, you know, whatever it is. But I think. I tried to like in 2005 I got a little producery. I think my second record was I was trying to do something that I either wasn't really fully prepared for, or
sure,
you know, I was like going for a sound, and I was like kind of trying to, you know, take these songs and fit the bill for what was going on, and I, you know, I sort of look back at that, and I'm like, you know, I'm very proud of that record. You know, I made it with Hod David and in New York City and in France as well, and also this is my first time singing in French. But I think as I sort of grew up, I'm trying to, unless I'm working with a producer, really actually like, I don't know, unless we have a pure vision, then I just try for honesty, simplicity, and there's, you know, sounds and production is sort of second to, as long as the song speaks and the chorus hits the way it should, then we're good. And I just try and keep it simple, stupid, you know.
Music in and of itself is complex enough without us in the studio, you know, trying to overcomplicate things when we don't have a clear vision.
Well, I mean, I like, you know, I have a clear vision on a song. It's just sometimes sound-wise. You know, I'm talking about like synthesizers, or like, what do we do? Do we put an 808 on this? And like, dude, I forget this, and blah, 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 blah. And at that point, I was young, and I was, you know, I don't know, my head was not. And so today I think I'm I'm a lot more stable in my brain, in my production value. But
Sure.
I love what you were talking about, those strings, and
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the 70s. I'm a huge fan of the 70s and the 60s. And that will always sort of, I think, find its way into my music.
Sure.
You know, and I do have sort of you know, the pre-branded hat of sounding like, you know, for me, I can't really help what I like. Sometimes I wish I was like, man, because I do have friends that are children of famous parents, but
Yeah.
then they became rappers.
Yeah.
Or they did, like, you know, they're DJs in the EDM world, and it had just nothing to do with their parents. And I'm
Sure.
like, but I like rock and roll. And so I just, like, you know, it's been really hard for me to do what I love.
Yeah.
And step out from underneath what you know, what is a pretty big shadow. But I think, you know, people who do come see me and I do get a lot that, you know, you may resemble your father and your mother, and you may sound like them a little bit, but you are your own thing, which always feels
Sure.
good. And
Yeah.
and there you go. So that's it.
Well, I think the answer, no one asked, but my opinion of that is the answer is, you know, if you have that shadow that's there, that you have to kind of sort of live up to or whatever in some perceptions of people, which you don't realistically, coming by it honestly is the only way to do so. And that's all you can do. And I think personally in the music, I think it shows through, because I don't listen to this and think this sounds like someone trying to sound like, you know,
Right.
This sounds honest. It sounds original. It sounds raw in some places in the best ways. It sounds genuine, which at the end of the day, and I'm in here week after week with musicians, a lot of them are local, a lot of them are smaller bands, and one common theme always seems to come up, whether they're nationally touring, internationally touring, or they're local, and it's wanting to convey an honesty within their artistry seems to be the universal goal, and the ones that do it best are the ones that do it honestly. I mean, come by it honestly and do the work to be honest and raw and a little vulnerable in their music. And
Yeah, I mean, those artists who can connect with what they're doing, and you feel it. They're, you know, there's all shapes, sizes, walks, and, you know, girls, boys, all the LGBTQ2, whatever. Sorry.
That's okay.
LGBTQIA.
LGBTQIA. There you go.
Thank you.
We got there.
Sorry, I know.
It's all right.
I have ADHD.
Yeah.
I can only remember 4 letters. So,
And I can only count to 4 too.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
musician's curse. I get
Musician's
it.
curse. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's true. I agree. The artists are so, it's such an important part of humanity. I think this is you know, this is, we're at a place right now where you know, artists are the mirror in front of people, and they kind of help dive into the ego of a spectator, and they make them say, you know, hey, how do I understand that? What are they saying? Like, how can I do that? And where am I in this, in there? And that's a very powerful thing. So I think the ones who, like you say, truly connect with themselves tend to pierce on through better.
Connect with yourself and connect with your audience. Chris Stills here on Live Music Showcase. If you're just joining us, he's got a show happening at Shamsea in Safety Harbor. I'm going to be posting the ticket link to that show, so you can still get tickets for that show on the live stream, which is happening right now on Facebook and YouTube. You can go there right now. Facebook, WMNF's Live Music Showcase, and YouTube, WMNF Community Radio. After this next song, we're going to jump into a segment that I like to call AMA, Ask Musicians Anything, where you can call in and ask any questions that you like, questions or comments, share them with Mr. Chris Stills here. Our board op, Charlie, will take your calls. He'll take your questions. He'll send them over to me, and at the end of the show, I'll share them with Chris, and we'll usually have a lot of fun with them. Make them weird, though. We like them weird. We like them weird. Get weird with it. We've already got some great comments in the live stream. Lots of people. I'll dive into those. Tell you what, we'll jump into another song, and I'll share some of those after this next song.
The Shamsi, the owners are amazing.
Truly.
Todd and Carolina, they're like the king and queen of the island of
a little
Safety
bit
Harbor.
Safety Harbor for
they're
sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're amazing. They put me up in their house. They have this amazing sense of style, and it is everywhere. But man, this house is like decorated. I mean, it's somewhere between Peter Pan and like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory meets like I don't know, the Wild Wild West and like the Bandito, like I'm thinking what
3/4 of the way through an acid trip somewhere in there.
Yeah, man, it was like, and I was like.
They have a bowling ball garden.
Yeah,
yep.
they have a giant piece. I mean, there are people who walk by the house and they're like looking in. I've had a couple people try to walk in the door and they're like, "But this isn't a place." I'm like, "Yeah, it's my place right now." And thank God I wasn't naked and all that stuff. But I was like, Carolina, like, who decorated this place? And she just goes, "You're inside my brain." It was just like, oh my God. And I'm like, yes, I am. Actually, now that makes sense. Anyway, what are we doing now? What's happening?
Let's hear a song. Let's jump into a song, and after that, we'll share some of the comments that are coming through on the live stream. And
oh boy.
And I have a take on some of your music that I hope you'll enjoy. I think you'd enjoy it. Well, we'll dive into it in a minute.
Okay,
go ahead.
All right, let's see.
Chris Stills on Live Music Showcase.
Little lady of luck, be true to this feeling that I have for you. Open up your heart and I will open mine. In your brightest moment I go blind, even though you keep an open mind. Every finest hour was written in your eyes. Oh, sweet California, love's a river running through you. Oh, sweet California. And I know we've always been, and always will be through thick and thin. Oh yeah, nothing's gonna come between us in our lives. Through it all, to hell and back again. With every hand we're dealt, we'll raise the bets. Oh yeah, nothing's gonna keep you from yours or me from mine. Oh, sweet California, I don't ever wanna leave you with your starry lights shining through these starstruck eyes. Always dreaming, never sleeping, sure ain't leaving, you know how. All my sorrows will be gone tomorrow. You can follow me to be free in California. Follow me to California. never seem to take my eyes off you. Your only mirror is an ocean view. After every day you bring me starry nights. You gave me a place to call my own, and in your arms you make me feel at home. After every rain you bring me a sunny skies. Oh, sweet California, love's a river running through ya. Oh, sweet California, I don't ever want to leave you. Sweet California, follow me to California. Follow me to California. Follow me to California. Follow me, follow me, follow me to California.
Chris Stills here on Live Music Showcase. Follow me to California. I will.
Come on down, visit.
It's a drive from
Great.
here.
It's the dry heat.
It's a drive. It's a dry. Yes, absolutely. Floridians love a dry heat.
Yo, yeah, well, come on down. We got plenty.
It's it's not bad out there. Is that where you're residing currently?
Yeah.
You're out in California, in LA,
And yeah, outside of LA, yeah, that's right.
surrounding area.
Yep.
Yeah. How were you affected by the Palisade fires?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was rough.
Dude, that was just like Lahaina repeated.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
Truly.
man, I haven't been to any of those places, although you can't. I mean,
right now.
Yeah, it's really messed up, man. It's like Hiroshima. I look, my heart broke when Lahaina happened, and I'm surprised nobody talks about Lahaina anymore. And when that happens, that's all I could think about. I lived there during COVID. We got out of LA. It was the height of the epidemic, the COVID, and LA was the number one. It was the epicenter of the world. And we're like, all right, we're out, and we went and rented a house with another family right on Breakwall Beach in Lahaina. And I mean, if anybody over there is listening, I love you guys. I miss you guys, and hopefully all the people of Lahaina are getting their lives back. The fire in LA happened, and that trauma was triggered immediately, and we didn't sleep for 4 days. The first night I just stayed up all night because whatever, it just kept on growing. And basically at the end, I'll cut this short, I did not lose my home, but we had to evacuate. We live in Tarzana, which is right over the hill from where the Palisades fire stopped. And so it stopped was literally the fire line.
Wow.
And the thing is that if the fire crossed that line, then all of the valley was screwed.
That's what I heard, that it was like it was almost like a levee.
Yeah, it was, and then the winds were coming from our side. They were from south to north, from north to south.
Yeah.
So oddly, the whole fire thing, we would be looking outside. It was a beautiful blue sky day because all the smoke was being
going the other
blown
direction.
down towards Santa Monica, and then it was only the TV that was telling us, like, fire and brimstone and just like total Armageddon. And man, we kissed our house goodbye and the neighborhood. That was a weird
thought
thing.
for sure.
Cathartic, like, wow. Grabbed best guitars, left a bunch.
Yeah. Grabbed,
document. It's just odd. I was just like, never in my life, like ever. Anyway, so we lived, but it was terrible. And I've done plenty of benefits now.
Sure.
And we did one the other day with Rufus and Wainwright, and we called "Let's Get Laid."
Yeah,
it was really cool. Weird Al Yankovic. There was Nancy Sinatra came out.
Wow,
and blew it up, man. She reminded me of my mom.
Wow.
She was like, "Wait, who's taking the solo?" She's like, "I thought everybody was taking a solo. Aren't we here to jam? Come on, you!" And then she. Like Weird Al sitting in the audience, and she's like, "You come here and play that accordion." And it was like, "No, please." And she's like, "No, come on." It was very much,
Wow.
she was running the show. She was amazing. There were some great comedians. That was a really fun night. And Rufus and I, we did this. We did a cover. We did a mashup. Actually, we did Our House. Rufus had heard that song while he was watching the news, and it brought a tear to his eye. So he says, "Let's do Our House." And I'm like, "Great." And I'm on the phone with my other friend Frally and Frally Hines, and she and I'm like, "Yeah, we're doing Our House." And she's like, she laughs and she goes, "Well, what, how are you guys who's gonna sing the line like, Father Terry wears his best, da-da-da-da-da-da, in the room, da-da-da, Our House."
Love that.
And I was like, no, it's Our House is a very, very, very fine house. And she's like, "Oh my God, I thought you got, oh, that's cool. That makes more sense." And I'm like, "Oh, wait.
With two cats in the yard."
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And so we did a mashup. We did
man.
totally broke. I was like, "Rufus, you might think I'm crazy, but I think we could pull this off." And I messing with it on the piano.
Oh my God.
And we did it, and it was great because when we finally broke into the line, it was like the whole audience. We were at it used to be called the Ace Theater, and now it's just the United Theater. It's a great theater downtown Los Angeles. Charlie Chaplin and I always forget her name. Giant actress. Anyway, the whole audience was like, I was like, "Oh my God, I got him." Anyway, it was really cool.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
That happens to be my my girlfriend, fiance, baby mama's favorite Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young song.
Yeah,
that one.
a lot of people. Yeah.
Yep,
And
that's her favorite.
Rufus and I are singing together again in LA at a thing called Light Up the Blues at the Greek Theater on the 26th, which is a benefit that we're doing for. Now that I'm segueing, I just realized
Segueing's great.
Segueing into the Shameless promotion. We're doing a benefit for Autism Speaks.
Oh wow!
We've been doing it. This is the 7th one. And Greek Theater, it's Neil Young, Stephen Stills, Billy Idol, Cat Power, Linda Perry, Rufus Wainwright, Nathaniel Ratcliffe, and yours truly, as well as the Spectrum Bluegrass Band. And we have Spectrum artists that come sing during the thing. So
that's pretty amazing.
It's going to be rad. It's a great, the best shows in town.
Love that. It's just that's the magic of music, right? That's where musicians really get to have their power, and in the best way, is to have that positive effect on the world around them. Absolutely. I love it. All right. Can we jump into another song?
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to get to our people that have called in with questions and comments.
Please.
We have some comments in the live stream, some questions as well. Our friend Marcy is actually in the control room right now. She's in there listening in and having a good time.
Yes, Marcy, hello.
There she is. And if you're just joining us, this is Live Music Showcase. We are here in studio with Chris Stills. He's playing tonight. Is it tonight at Shamsi?
Tonight.
It is tonight. Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
Sometimes I get my days mixed up. It is Friday, and he is playing tonight at Shamsi. I'm going to post Safety Harbor Arts and Music Center. I'm going to post the link for the tickets right now in the live stream. Facebook, WMNF Live Music Showcase, YouTube, WMNF Community Radio. And take it away. What's this next one going to be?
As soon as I get into tune, this one is
go ahead.
Be, and by the way, if you've never been to the Shamsi, it is the most. I felt like I was in the building itself. It's like a Dali exhibit.
It's really cool.
No, that is the outside of Carolina's brain. That one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if anything, come check it out. It's a selfie heaven. So this is a song It's about moving forward in your life. It's called Step Further. Anyway. Could I get a little reverb? Like, you just like... I call reverb Kool-Aid because it makes me sound cooler, you know?
Wanna remember you the way you are. So what you wanna do? Tell you something. There will come a time when you will know. There will come a time when you should step further, one more down the road. 'Cause I just got to know, does this heart believe in you? Say something back to me. Remind me to believe that I still have the words to say you're the one. Say you're the one. Say the words and I'm ready. There. Say the words and I will step further, one more down the road. 'Cause I just got to know, does this road lead to you? Does this road lead to you? Lead me to. Why waste time? Take your does my heart belong? So step further, one more step down the road. Does your heart belong? Does this road? Does this road lead to you?
Love that. Love that song. Great song.
Thanks, man.
Beautiful. Chris Stills here on Live Music Showcase, playing at Sham C in Safety Harbor tonight. I did post the link for tickets in the live stream, so if you want to head over to the live stream, you can do that. Also, fun fact, we're on a radio schedule here if you're listening on the radio in your car or at work or wherever, which means the radio schedule follows a tight schedule. The radio broadcast ends at exactly 3:01, but the live stream broadcast ends whenever we want to. Good catch. Pineapple.
Yeah.
Which means if you want to see any of the after show hijinks that may or may not occur, or any other, additional questions or any questions that I don't get to from the AMA, jump onto the live stream on Facebook or YouTube. Facebook, WMNF's Live Music Showcase. YouTube, WMNF Community Radio. So let's dive in with a couple of them. We'll try to keep them compact because there's a bunch. You know what I'm saying? We have 5 minutes left in the show too, so we'll kind of run and gun here. Our first one is going to be from Marcy. I think she gets first say, and it's a great question too. Watching you play the beautiful, sweet California, it's clear you enjoy live performing, but that requires leaving home and family to tour. Does that get difficult?
Always.
Yeah.
It always sucks. It's the worst part about it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's really just... there's a few other hard things, but that is the worst. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Then it's logistics and tour manager and
yeah. So where you got to be at noon, all that stuff.
Right.
And,
doing a radio
monotony.
show.
But you do meet a lot of great people, and there's so much to experience in this world, and I love experiencing the world. I love meeting you guys. I love coming here for the first time. I've never played Safety Harbor. I never played Fogartyville. All these experiences, and I'm really lucky. And I get to play music, and but that trade-off sucks.
Yeah.
And I miss soccer games. I miss ballets. I miss all the things, and I missed a couple birthdays, and that really sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, all right. So the next one comes from our program director here on the show, at the station here, and she says, "What's your wildest story from being on the road?"
Oh my God!
That you can say on the radio.
And make it brief. Oh, what kind?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Let's see. Wait.
You got one?
Well, there's so many.
There's so many.
Literally,
I'll tell you what. Let's come back to that one after the last song.
All right, yes, we will.
And that
tease you.
That way you have some time.
Great tease to go on to the online part.
Go on to the online part. Yes, absolutely.
Which we're 30 seconds.
Yep, we're a few minutes away from that. All right, so jump onto the live stream if you haven't already, because that's where the rest of the show is going to take place. These are the credits. These are the people that really matter on the show, the crew, the people that are working behind the scenes to make sure that it looks and sounds as good as it does. Sound mixer, Mark Perfetti. Audio assistant, Pam Robinson. Our video director is Ed Lehman. Our camera operators are Lisa Reuter, Charles Holsapple, and Marcy Connors. Our technical assistant is Ike Parham, and our board op is Charlie Cushing. I'm your host, Ken Apperson, and this has been Live Music Showcase every Friday at 2 p.m. after the news headlines. Make sure you come back and give us a listen next week. Would you take us out with one last song?
Sure.
You think you can manage? Rustle up one for us while he's tuning. Again, the link for his tickets for his show at Shamsi tonight is in the live stream. It's in the comments of the live stream. Head on over there to get tickets to the show tonight.
Ooh, that's cool. Do what you want to. Say the things you want to do. Whatever you like. I ain't trying to fool you. Sure ain't trying to con you. I just want to hang with you, baby. Whenever you like. Some things change with the rising sun. Baby, don't you worry, I'm as faithful as the day is long. Laying down together in the cover of dawn, looking out the window, listening to the city hum its song. Baby, if that's cool, say that what you wanna do. Go where you want to, whenever you like. I ain't trying to con you, I should like to call you. Then we can go out together, whenever you like. Some things change with the rising sun. Baby, don't you worry, I'm as faithful as the day is long. Laying down together in the cover of dawn, looking out the window, listening to the city hum its song. Baby, now that
This is WMNF Tampa.